Hey everyone, Mr. Flores here with another instructional video. This is for reading week 32 or reading week 32 April 6th through April 10th. Now if you want to get a head start on this, feel free to, but if not, just enjoy your spring break and you can get started on this on Monday, April 6th. What I'm going to do in this video, guys, is I'm going to run through each page in this packet other than the reading pages of the story, and just give you an overview of what you're supposed to do for each section. If I go too fast, pause the video, rewind, and take a look again. Alright, let's go. So, first page is the parent signature page. It's just letting us know that you guys got your packets and you understand that we need to complete these by this due date, okay? I'm sorry, not this due date here. That the closure is going through April 10th. These packets are due April 13th, which is the Monday following April 10th. And keep an eye out on Dojo to see when you'll be able to turn these in when the school is open. I believe it's open tomorrow, Tuesday, on the 31st. Let's see. Yep, Tuesday, tomorrow. Okay, guys. Alright, so yeah, and here's the Spanish version. Okay, and on page 3, you're going to get to the little calendar here. This is a breakdown of the week for week 32. So you got Monday, April 6th, all the way to Friday the 10th. Now, at the top, you can see your subjects: reading, writing, math, social studies, and Lexia and Star Math. So what you can do is just follow this schedule to complete little amounts of the packet each day. And if you follow that schedule, you'll be done and you won't be overworked or stressed out. So for example, for reading, you'll notice all you need to do on Monday is decode one row of words, do three vocabulary words, and then watch the videos in the resources page. Those are pretty short. Work on your KWLA and essential question, and that's easy. You guys know you work on that each day until Friday. You only have to answer 2 challenge questions. So far, 1 row, 3 words. These are probably little bullet notes. And then 2 questions. And then classify and categorize worksheet. Okay, 2 worksheets there. So that's pretty easy, guys, for reading. That should only take you about 45 minutes, maybe even less. And then you have a couple other subjects here. So remember, we're trying to give you a good 4 to 6 hours worth of work. You know, you can do it much faster than that, of course, but you know, taking your time and just kind of enjoying the work. That's what we're trying to do here, guys. So you know, just because we're out of school doesn't mean we're out of our education, right? Okay, so here we go. So going beyond that calendar, you're going to see our emails here. So you can email us if you have any questions, or just message us on Class Dojo. And then on page 5, you're going to see the decoding section. So reading starts right here on page 5. Here's the standard, here's the friendly objective, and then here's the decoding. If you remember, it said just solve the first row of words here, right? Row 1, I believe. Let's see, let's go back. Decode row 1 of the words, right? So here's row 1. I'm going to review that with you real quick here. So you can see we have 4 words: shortage, breakage, wreckage, and package. Okay, so the suffix is edge or age, and the meaning is an action or the process or outcome of. So the process of the root word or the outcome of the root word. Okay, so with word number 1, we have the base word, short. When we had age, shortage, pronounced idge, we are talking about the process of being short, or the outcome of being short, or the action of being short. Now, depending how you use that in a sentence, will determine the meaning of the word, how you're using it. So let's look at our example here. Example: there seems to be a shortage of toilet paper. A shortage of toilet paper. So there seems to be, right, to be toilet paper. So the toilet paper itself there is now a shortage. There is, let's look at the base word short, which means not tall and short, like, hey, that person's really tall and I'm really short. No, not like that. What they're talking about is, hey, maybe we need 6 rolls of toilet paper, but we only have 1. See, so we're a little bit short on the amount that we need, okay? Or in other words, we don't have what we need. We don't have what our goal was. If our goal was 6 rolls, we ended up short. So a shortage means that it's the action of being short, or the action of missing your goal, or it's the outcome of not having enough of your goal. Okay, guys? So you can do that with breakage, wreckage, and package. Okay? Do your best with that. Then tomorrow you're going to do row 2, row 3, and row 4. You can see that row 2, the suffix is "an." It means relating to. So an American, "an," is someone that is related to America, right? Okay, and then bravery, we have the suffix "ry," right? State, the state of, or the quality of. So brave is the root word here. To be brave, that means, even though you're scared, you still pursue your goal. You still overcome that fear. So that means you are in the state of being brave, or you have the qualities of being brave, right? Jonathan showed great bravery when he faced his fears. Okay, and so the same thing with row 4. All right, so that's decoding, guys. That's all your decoding words for the week. Pretty easy stuff there. Remember to do your work on a separate piece of lined paper. Now, if you are in the trial for Microsoft Teams, you'll get to do this digitally. Okay? All right, let's go on to the vocabulary words. And for week 32, there are 13 vocabulary words. That means you only need to do about 2 to 3 words a night. Let's see what we put here on the calendar. So vocabulary words 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 13, and then you are done. So pretty easy stuff there. All right, let's go down. As usual, when you are doing your vocabulary work, make sure that you define the word. Look it up in a dictionary or Google it. Use it in a sentence. Draw a picture of the word. Write down at least one antonym and synonym. And do all this on a separate piece of lined paper. Remember, a synonym is similar, and an antonym is the opposite meaning. Okay? For example, harsh can mean very mean or rough, and the opposite of that would be soft, gentle, or nice. That would be an antonym. Alright guys, so 13 words. Knock that out of the park. Come down here to page 7. This is more of your reading your story, okay? What you're doing while you're reading your story. So you have your KWLA chart. You know that you're going to fill out what you know, what you want to know, and what you learned, and how can you apply that to your life as you are reading, guys. Okay, so this is something you add to as you are reading the story. You should have at least 5 items in each column. That's only 1 per day. Super easy. Alright, I started you out with 2 there. Now let's go down to taking notes. As you know, every time you're reading, remember to take notes. Take notes as you read. That shouldn't say your, should say as you read. The notes will help you retain the information and they'll help you pass the test. Here's an example for page 561, paragraph 2. Okay? America celebrated years of planning and building when they finally built the Transcontinental Railroad. Woo, that's a big word. Continental meaning the continent, right? North America. And trans meaning across it. Okay? So, notice that this note is short. It's to the point. It's in my own words. I only use a few keywords from the reading. Okay, so again, this is up from page 561, paragraph 2. You just want to capture the main idea and a detail or two. See the main idea and details diagram. Now that's down in your resources. So I'm going to scroll down here to, I believe it's page 14, 15 is where the resources start. And if I go past the assessment, down to here. Okay. So resources, here's an idea of just the main idea and a couple of details, okay? But you're going to write your notes even simpler than this. This is just giving you an idea of the information you're processing when you're writing your notes. Okay, guys? All right, let's go back up to the page 5 here. Right through the story. Ding, 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 ding. Boom. Okay. Classify and categorize. So, as you guys read, fill out a chart like this one to help you better understand the text. You'll need at least 4 items in each column. That means about 1 a day. Here are a few to get you started. Let's practice with the classify and categorize worksheet, Unit 5, Lesson 6. So I'm just telling you what that worksheet is. It's at the bottom. If you scroll down, it's near the end of the packet. Okay, guys? So methods of travel. How were people traveling back then? By foot. What were some of the travel problems? Weather. What was dangerous about the environment? Well, there was harsh deserts they had to travel, right? You guys know that you don't want to be walking through the desert in the middle of the summer, especially if you need to travel miles and miles. It can be very dangerous. And what else? What kind of distances were they traveling? Wow, look at over 2,000 miles. So you're going to fill these in again as you read, okay? And to get you used to that, here is a worksheet that you can practice on, page 159 to 160. And that's down here, classify and categorize. And I think it's one of the first ones. Here it is, classify and categorize. Okay, guys? So what you're going to do is classify. That means identify what something is. Is it a reptile? Is it a mammal? Is it a fruit? Is it junk food? Is it a vegetable? That's classifying. And then categorizing it is putting it in groups. So let's say you had a table full of food, and then you started to put it into groups of fruits, vegetables, and grains, something like that, all right? So let's take a look down here. Practice on the lines below. Items are categorized into personal writing and public writing. So personal writing meaning your own personal items that you would write for yourself, and public writing, things that you're writing to share with other people. Classify the items listed in the box right here. So these are types of writing. Okay, guys? Remember, when reading instructions, pull out the keywords so you can understand what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, telegram, first word. A telegram, is that personal writing or public writing? So you're going to have to look up what that is. A telegram is something you send to someone. So if you're going to send it to someone, is that personal writing or public writing? Right? And how about this one? A letter. How about a letter? A letter. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I misunderstood that. Public writing meaning it was written for the public or written by the public, and personal writing meaning it was written by you. Okay, so a journal entry, that's something you're going to write, right? How about the news, the articles in the newspaper? Are you guys writing those? No, right? Not yet anyways. You might be an editor one day, newspaper editor. But for now, that's written by a professional writer. So you know what would be cool is if this said professional writing. But anyways, personal writing, journal entry, news article, professional or public writing. Okay, guys? Sorry about the mix-up there. Let's continue. So that's classifying and categorizing. Going on to the next part, we have our essential question. How did the transcontinental, that means going across the continent, railroad unite the country? How did it bring America together? And what other feats of engineering, so what other projects of engineering have made America great? This is based on the reading, okay, guys? And if you have some of your own knowledge to add into your essential question, go for that as well. Again, this isn't due until Friday, so you can work on this a little bit each day. Don't forget to draw a picture to go with your essential question, And your essential questions should be answered in a paragraph, about 7 sentences. All right, if we scroll down to page 8, we are now on the reading comprehension questions. If you look at the little menu up here, the calendar, it says that you only need to do about 2 of these a day, these challenge questions. So 1 to 2 here, 3 to 4 there. So question number 1 and 2, question number 3 and 4. Okay, guys? So 2 questions a day, pretty easy stuff. And so number 1, let's determine the main idea for the introduction on page 561. Which sentence best states the main idea? Now, what details support that main idea? All right, so you would go down to the introduction on page 561. So here's 560, 561 is there. Here is the introduction. Okay, guys, so you're going to read this. What is the main idea? And which sentence best states the main idea? So you would put a quote. And now what detail supports that main idea? And that would be another quote. Okay, guys? Again, answer this on a separate piece of paper. 2 of those a day, not too bad. Once you are finished with all of these challenge questions or reading comprehension questions, then you will take the assessment. Okay? And the assessment is after the story. So here's all the pages to the story. And here is the assessment. Here. Nope, vocabulary practice. Keep going. Assessment. There you go. So you have vocabulary for page 1 of the assessment. You have comprehension page 2, and the paragraph answer, okay? Or open-ended question. And that's it for the assessment. Pretty easy stuff. Let me go back up here for a minute to the comprehension questions. There we go. So there's 11. So on the 3rd day, you're going to end up doing 3. I mean, on the last day of the week, you'll end up doing 3 questions. Okay, guys? One other thing I skipped is up here in the vocabulary. Once you finish all the vocabulary words on Friday, or, if you finish early, you can complete the skills practice worksheet. Okay? This is a worksheet at the bottom or the end of the packet, and it's for your vocabulary. So coming down here, vocabulary skills practice worksheet. Okay, guys? Skills practice vocabulary. So what it is, it's the vocabulary words you've learned, and this is just going to help you understand those words even better and how to use them in sentences. So let's take a look at number 1. If a person sent a message by telegraph, would the message be wicker or a telegram? Okay, and so again, these are your words that you've studied up here, and by the definitions you've gathered, where are my words? There they are. By these definitions, there's telegram and there's wicker. So you're going to have to look at those definitions and decide which answer goes in the blank. Let me go back down. So which answer goes here? Okay, guys? Let's see. On the 2nd page, so that's the same all the way through. And then on the apply section, the mountain paths are rugged. What does that mean? So notice it says, put the underlined term in your own words. So don't put the definition here, guys. Put what does it mean to you that the mountain paths are rugged. Okay, guys? All right, so have fun with the vocabulary. There's one other thing we skipped over here, and that's with the classify and categorize. So as you're classifying the beginning here for the first 2 types of writing and categorizing them, you're going to go down here to apply. So classify the character traits listed in the box by placing them into their appropriate categories. So here you have categories. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you're going to want to do is, 1, 2, 3, 4, is you're going to want to put these in the correct category. So which one of these words could go with the category nice? Okay, so jumpy, if you're jumpy, you're jumping around. Is that nice? I don't know. That might be more nervous, right? like really jumpy, like everything scares you really easy. How about kind? Oh, Stephanie is so kind. Is that mean? No, right? Is that a sad thing? Not really, not a nervous thing. It's a nice thing. So kind can go in this category. And so you're just going to list the words across these lines. Or again, you can do this all on a separate piece of paper. Just write number 3, write nice, and then list the words that go with it. Okay, guys, I would check the words once you've used them. That way you know that you've already used them. Okay? And so that is the reading packet for week 32. Not too bad, right, guys? Considering you have a whole week to complete all the work. One last thing before we go. At the very bottom or the end of the packet, there are some cool resources here to help you compare and contrast, because some of the questions are going to ask you to do that. Main ideas and details. Also, some of the questions are going to ask you to find the main ideas and details. And these videos are really cool, guys. They're going to show you all about the Transcontinental Railroad, the people that helped build it, some of the really dangerous things that happened, some of the sad things that happened. It also talks about how the Native Americans were affected by this railroad going through their land. So take a look at those, and you have a really cool map down here that shows you where the railroad was built from, and the two endpoints of the railroad, and just how massive it is and how many different land formations it went through. You can see mountains here, you can see valleys, there's deserts. So take a look at that, and then the next video we'll talk about writing. Okay, guys? Enjoy. Message me if you have any questions on Dojo. Stay fit, stay healthy, keep learning. You guys rock. Talk to you later.